I am to report. I can only say this. I mean, I have everything I've witnessed. At the time that the poison began to fill up in here, I waited about 90 seconds. And it could take no more. And my timer was going. I wasn't allowed. You know how it is with me. For my safety, and I can't get distracted with this, the tactical maneuvers you have to go through inside of this terrorist cell. I gotta stick to the facts, okay? Please review former videos if you have questions. So at my set time to go into the extra room, the timer was down to like second 35. I'm not gonna say how long the timer was set for. A chunk full of time. It had been running, the timer. I could not go in there no matter what. By the time it was on the seconds countdown, and it was like second 34, second 33, and counting down, is when I started to get poisoned. At that point, I knew I needed to go into the extra room to use my emergency bowl because I could not, no matter what, leave my room for fear of my life for sound reason. All right. At that point in time, once I went into the extra room, there was no poison. So I didn't feel I had to race to pee-poo into anything, okay? And I waited about 30 seconds before I went into the extra room, to be exact on the time. So it was about 60 seconds before I went into the extra room. By about 60 seconds of being in the extra room, I began to feel incredibly sick. The poison is like a fog, and it had been put in there, like I've reported. All right. I then had to use an emergency bowl or bathroom. At the time that I entered into the extra room, when I first came out of the main room, I heard a terrorist, creeping very stealth, silent up the stairs. All right, this is all on special ops video surveillance evidence. I don't have to say anymore. Nor do I have to film with my iPhone at all whatsoever. So I heard that, and I'm not allowed to talk about anything in here, okay? The fact I even said that is significant, okay? Date and time, significant. So I heard a terrorist going up the stairs. I don't know who, most likely, presumably female. Terrorist ISIS of 1509. They were not trying to be heard. At the time they got up there, I was in the extra room, is when the gas started to fill into my room, okay? When I first went in, I heard the terrorists going up at the same almost time I went in. All right, and it's all on the special ops surveillance, so I don't need to state a case. By 60 seconds, once that terrorist was upstairs, my room, extra room, began to fill with toxic chemical weapon, lethal gas. About 60 seconds, I had to wait. And it's really hard, okay, when your body is about to have to pee-poo because of poisoning. I was then allowed to go out into the hallway and race to the bathroom, which is what I did. Okay, so I was in the bathroom, and I heard nobody. And there's other stuff and things I witnessed, but I can't talk about it. But I could not hear any terrorists that were showing their whereabouts whatsoever. Could I detect where any terrorists were upstairs? I was in the bathroom. I did my emergency pee-poo, and about 60 seconds of being in the bathroom is when the bathroom began to fill up with lethal chemical weapons. It was so bad that I was going to flee from the bathroom, and I didn't know where to go, what room, because of what they do here. My green light, stand in the hallway. So I set my timer for exactly 2 minutes and 20 seconds. On the end of the timer towards 20 seconds, remember this is all under special ops surveillance, what I'm doing, what the terrorists are doing, timers, everything I'm doing. Okay, so right, great. I'm standing in the corner by the bathroom. There, for the first minute, it was hard to stand there because the poison was coming from the bathroom out into the hallway because the bathroom door was open. I could not hear any terrorists. I'm just standing in the hallway, just waiting to see if there's anyone here to my knowledge. Okay. By the time the timer was at 20 seconds and counting down, is when I heard a terrorist in the bathroom, covert dragging and working equipment objects. At that point in time, it was film it. What was captured on the film wasn't so covert. It was more just a terrorist under the belief, clearly with what they're doing, that they are protected to use chemical weapons such as Novichok, sarin gas, an arsenal of those sorts of chemical weapons. Free at their disposal, they're protected by the US government to do that. So they're not trying to really be covert, but initially they were. And that's when I pointed, and on the camera I pointed, and that this is why the special ops are here with their surveillance, because I don't have to do any of this. They were up in the bathroom over my head the whole time. That is where I strongly believe the poison was coming from while I was in the bathroom, because it, remember, became all of a sudden in my bathroom. I had not heard anything or anyone, but at that point when I stood in the hallway, I heard them dragging, moving things, working. Okay? Then everything you see on video, I don't have to sit here and recap. Right, okay? At that point in time, there's no fucking poison. The stuff I'm filming, I'm finally feeling relief. It's really, really horrible to go through what I'm going through. And you clearly walk into it from room to room. You can go from another room and not be exposed to it and feel just fine, dude. Within a matter of 15 seconds. All right, bye.